what I want to share with you now is the impact of anger on the receiving person. So I want you to quickly have a look at your pinky nail. Just check the size of your pinky nail. It's about the size of an almond, right? That is the part of your brain that controls most of your reaction, right? It's called the amygdala. It's a very old, ancient, prehistoric part of your brain. And I'm not insulting anyone with their age, but this is also called the lizard brain. This is the part of our brain that are oldest. The prefrontal cortex developed much later. And this amygdala is your risk officer, right? This amygdala scans the environment and looks for risks and dangers. And its function is to keep you safe. So it has 3 possible reactions that it's going to make you have when someone scares you, right? A saber-toothed tiger comes at you, and you can either fight the danger, or you can run away from the danger. That's called flight. Or you can freeze, right? You've seen these animals playing dead, right? The chicken goes and lies on its back and pretend that it's dead. Okay, that's the best chance for survival, is those 3 reactions. Now, us as people, we're not that strong. Sometimes the more acceptable behavior is freeze, and we see that a lot in call centers. So in cave times, it was really cool to have this amygdala, and maybe once a day or once a week, you came across a danger and you had a massive adrenaline rush and this stress hormone, and you got to choose, am I freezing, am I fleeing, am I fighting, what am I doing? Now we have this many times a day. Every phone call, you have this. Every email you get, you have this possible reaction. And the thing is, we don't have control over this reaction. But now that you know the signs of this, you can interrupt. And I'm going to share a tool with you how you can interrupt this very prehistoric response. And the tool I want to give you is love the angry back to love. So we're going to use the acronym LOVE, and I'm going to associate an action with each of the letters of this love. So first of all, the L stands for listen. So listen to your customer with all your attention. What words are they using? And what's the emotion? Do the triage. Ask yourself what's really going on here. Now, the way that people will know that you're listening to them is if you are not typing. You should not be typing. You should be playing back what they're saying, and you should be using the words that they are using. Chris Voss has an incredible way that he uses. He's one of the best hostage negotiators around the world, and he uses a technique where if someone says something to him, he repeats the last 3 words back to them as a question. Let's say you were talking to me, you would go, as a question, Chantal, and I would go, you play back the last 3 words as a question, because then you use the person's word. They know you're listening to them, and they hear you are present. They hear you are curious. Also, what Chris Voss does, when someone comes at you and they're very pissed, right, they're going to talk fast, they're going to talk loud. Remember, they've got this powerful emotion driving them. It's like petrol on a fire, right? It should be blazing. What you want to do is you want to slow down the conversation. And how you slow the conversation down is by using the late night DJ voice that I'm using right now. So I'm slowing down my words, I'm deepening my voice. I'm being very even in my voice. And if I speak to someone like this, my likelihood is that I'm going to calm them down. I'm going to slow them down. I'm going to ask them questions in a tone and in a speed where their brain actually can think about the question. So you can practice this in the shower until you get it right. So that's really important. Listen. While you're listening, you want to validate. If you ask questions, you want to ask it in the late night DJ voice. The O for love stands for oxygen. The only way that you can interrupt that amygdala response is by breathing. So I want you to breathe really deeply while you're listening. This will calm down your entire nervous system. A great way to breathe is breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 4 counts, and hold for 4 counts. This is called combat breathing or box breathing. The Navy SEALs do it when they go into battle. So also, what's really good is if you breathe into your nose, hold, and breathe out through your mouth like you have a straw until your lungs are empty. Then you hold for 4 counts. It's a wonderful way of breathing. I really want you to practice that. You can even carry on while I'm talking. So if you do that, you're going to calm down your nervous system. So we've covered L for love, O for love, right? We're going to go to the V. So V, I've chosen a word called Valiant. And Valiant means that you're courageous, you're charismatic. And I want you all to believe that you have been put in this moment to serve the customer. They need you. Be valiant. Be that person who rides on the horse out of the sunset to come and really help them. I think so much of our day-to-day busyness and transactionality and systems and KPIs get us into a state where we're no longer connected with the fact that we've been placed on this earth to serve other human beings. And you need to reconnect with that and find this valiant warrior that is there to serve customers. Not only is it going to make you serve better, but it's going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to make you feel proud about yourself. And then we get to the E in love, right? Be eager. Eagerly support them with as much care as what you can. There's something about us saying, I have to work versus I get to work. I have this privilege of serving other people. I have this responsibility, but this privilege of serving other people. And I'm going to do it as eagerly and as valiantly as possible. I'm going to listen. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to get that oxygen. I'm going to be valiant, and I'm going to eagerly support someone. And that is really this love that grew back. If you do these things, if you use the tools that I've given you so far, I promise you, you are going to stand out as a service professional. You're going to stand out above 90% of people out there. This can be your competitive advantage. Service as a whole, the bar is so low. So if you do these things, you are just going to excel and you're going to feel fantastic about yourself. The next section I want to cover is the results. When you deal with anger in this, the receiving party, right? They're going to remember you.